bounty room.
And that was definitely just the AoE increase. How else do you hit that? That's all I'm saying.
It's looking
Big buffs
spicy.
right there.
30 seconds to battle.
We should talk a little bit about some of these heroes. Centaur, I feel like, has been making a little bit of a comeback here, but just in general, I feel like I've been seeing a lot of tanky folks, like Sunspan was talking about a little bit. CK playing in this game along with the DK, but Ursa might be there with that like single target damage enough to burst this.
Yeah, Ursa's definitely one of the more terrifying heroes. We got a lot of strong candidates in terms of the looks totally
The
busted
battle
category.
begins.
Sprays down, goes in for the stun level 1. Brax, my man. Okay, go, why not? I didn't want a laning stage anyways.
No, I think he's off lane. It's fine. Right? You got combos with your tiny. It's all worth it. Get the bounty. Let's say we just get a 2 for 2, and then of course the Penta Ace First Blood. So heading into it, they'll have themselves a little bit of an advantage. But Moo and Fear currently chilling together down here in this bottom lane. This should be interesting. The old, yeah. And I've played some CK. I have not tried it in any sort of a support role.
No, it's definitely a little bit different here, but a good nice amount of stun that they're going to be able to throw out, and actually making use of that stun likewise on the CK, try and get away, but Brax spun out of there. Moo almost enough for the kill. He has another orb, but isn't going to get there in time. The creeps now Moo's path, and now Ocean's chasing him down. Jump around because there was another toss in a second.
Get the creeps there, bud. You're not actually a support. All right, you gotta. They've just been ignoring creeps this entire time. But yeah, no, they're trying to figure out the CK. I feel like every time he gets patched, someone tries to support, and it looks pretty good. Obviously, the offlane was pretty good before. So far, I've only played one. It felt really good. Expecting to have a pretty good time. You think about the items that we get off this move. Heroes, yeah, remember about builds and stuff. I feel like just CK's items just all look a lot better. Mechanic, armlet. Why wouldn't you pick these?
Yeah,
with big strength.
That it feels definitely quite strong. I'm gonna get some stuff buried out to him right now as well. Yeah, that's why Mood died. As Z-Freak can see, gonna try and contest this pull that's coming in right now from Sam. Holding on to the lane. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to watch in that well, and like the general concept of this game. I feel like Death Prophet so often has been this hero is for mid Gunner denying the water rune with that.
Oh, that's actually nasty, dude. He's fixed the patch.
Wow. Okay.
I reject your new idea, Ice Frog.
Awesome. I mean, Gunner's always this fader in the mid lane. Scary crafting. I mean, this might actually make Lone Druid mid insane. You can deny it like that. Like, you can't even rune control with supports that well to stop this.
I mean, Nox to the point of this was the debut. I don't know if it'll be the last time we see it like that, right? Now, keep in mind, I guess it's only the first like 4 minutes and stuff, so it's probably not going to hurt someone too bad. Like a DP, like still had 2 charges left, but maybe if you have a gang coming to the mid lane, that could help.
He's going for the 3-minute bounty too. Oh my god, the rune control coming from this Lone Druid is going to be disgusting.
And he's only level 1 Rubik, so he can't actually do anything.
Look at that, he just gets
Gunner's single-handedly getting this nerf.
Oh my god!
You got like 2 days of this, bud. Lone Druid man can no longer pick up runes. You have to deny them.
What is Ray going to do with this auto? He's got 2 charges, and that's all he's getting for like the next 4 minutes.
He has been rationing. He's got that going for himself, you know.
All right, that's sick. But I mean, to be fair, he's still like winning in most of this game. So I don't know if it. I mean, it's still like kind of. I don't know if it's gonna matter that much. I just like cool.
Now bottom Fear's like starting to catch up. He's looking all right, and then Moo. I mean, Moo's been pretty well down here, just clicking away, not burning through too many resources, and just got a D ward too. So that's gonna be a fully completed null talisman already from Moo here, and it's very obnoxious, right? Just like. I mean, we're gonna call him a 5 puck because like Moo's the 5 now, but we all know that he's gonna be fairly green.
It's true, and if he gets some space to himself, I mean, getting those levels up, it's gonna be a real problem. As you can see up top, they've sort of transitioned this now to a bit of a dry lane almost, trying to find the space. Quite get in range, the avalanche is there, and they find the kill, making the move.
in with the tip. Nice. I like it.
In the meantime, also Moo here trying to get a pull off down bottom. They stacked up the camp, and that allows him to now sort of get that delayed pull, denying out the range creep every time the creep through. They're looking to have a pretty good time so far down bottom with DK getting some decent.
You see Brax is trying to trade to his advantage top of the breeze of fire. CK doesn't tend to get a lot of like plus damage outside of the armlet, mostly just about.
Просто бесплатно получили 2000 золота. В принципе, так-то неплохо.
Да, мы сегодня играли такую игру. Нас доминировали со счетом там 30, что-то на 8. Вот, но у нас просто был жесткий лейт. У нас антимаг 4 был. Мы эту игру без проблем выиграли.
Primeiro, o Z-Freak vem chegando. Será que ele vai conseguir? Não. 3-1 no placar. Vantagem da equipe da 4ZOOMERS.
How is it you heard not my warnings?
We're gonna have the creep wave, and they don't really have like a lot of burst damage early on because I mean the puck, Moo doesn't have enough mana to constantly spam orbs. So he's not actually able to whittle down the team. It's essentially not worth it. The best thing they can try and do is limited farm, and they haven't really been that successful at it. So what you're hoping is that you're just trading advantageously instead of having, hey, my CK's this farmed, your DK's that farmed. I'd rather have the farm CK. That does make the farm the slowest stack farming.
Oh, and
Who's
then
gonna come out? Oh, he got.
Yeah, and that's also spotting that the stack is not trying to get a D ward over here to the side as well. All the wards dead on the high ground. I don't even know what all is up there. There afterwards.
Radiant structures are
Server
fortified.
ward and then entries afterwards. Spotting the stack. A lot of early game movement as they've already popped Exodus a bit.
Almost three, but like, who's the side here between him and Moo?
Definitely true. Getting a lot on this puck for the 5.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Still getting the pressure on her. Hunter can't really stop that much. We're trying to heal back up the bear.
Yeah, it's not a percent heal, unfortunately. But, not gonna go quite as well as how the old Spirit Siphon works.
Down bottom, Brax. Okay, ulti popped. Very low there with Ocean. Brought the stun afterwards onto the illusion. Fear backs away. Not really that much fear at all for him. I hope I never do.
No, that was good. Yeah, nice. I mean, that's you guys are gonna try out CK new patch. It's Sammy Boy. They have a lot of damage, but they can get it.
Enrage?
Jeez. Jump?
Dude, he held that rate in rage forever.
Yeah. That basically sealed his escape just by holding on to it, because then you don't want to jump in this move and die.
My
Fire
face.
too.
Husky move. Never really in
Dire's
doubt.
bottom
Keeping it
tower
safe, but
is
there is
under
now
attack.
movement back over to the sides. They want to chase.
Имеется манга, которую сейчас приходится Зифику прожимать, чтобы отбросить Сэмми.
Dire are scaling.
Идет
Потому что пойдет до конца.
играет.
Is under attack.
До конца пойдет, кита вот нужно здесь забирать. Обязательно его здесь нужно забирать. Все. Ocean.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nay.
Okay. Here, trying to walk away from this one. Ocean. I'll have another talk. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of this where you just like hit somebody and then they gradually walk away.
Well, especially because they still have
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was kind of a classic counter pick.
Radiant's bottom tower
Both these
is
heroes
under
were
attack.
decent, is that you could utilize the Stampede to escape. Stampede's been so badly because Fires
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
When the Golem and Fatal Bond's threatened, nothing's quite better than just getting the hell out of it.
True. And that is the big
Radiant's
benefit
bottom
here.
tower has fallen.
Obviously, can also use it aggressively if you feel like it on top it. Getting in pretty deep with the exorcism and stuff, but trading off of towers now. Brax was able to take down bottom. Big commitment mid. Ace was able to take that one down, and now the map opening up a little bit more for him.
If they fail this gank, this could be really good for Penta Ace though, because they still have exorcism as well with taking that mid tower. So a little foothold anywhere right now can be tower just taking instantly. The Roya could just go top right now. It's under an obs and they really want to capitalize on this.
Is under attack.
Husky.
They're watching it the whole
safe.
way.
Yeah, they know. Pop in. There's the jump. Brax
is under
good.
attack.
They blow him up. Afterwards, Stampede was used. Boyle actually is out. There is a very lucky route here. The pilot comes out. The
Dire's
takedown
top tower
quite going
is
to be
under
enough in
attack.
time. Also did Brax again. Their hand grenade
Dire's
himself
structures are fortified.
aren't going to be able to capitalize on any of these moves.
They're just caught by himself. Well, again, they took another tower with that exorcism. At this point,
Dire's
you're even
top
threatening
tower
like
has
Roche
fallen.
soon enough. And I think early Roche definitely become a because of the second Roche shard. I think that's a crazy big bonus. Before, like, sure, getting first Roche early was nice, but like the shard, like,
Right.
Shard's the big thing. You throw a shard on half the heroes now, like one of your carries. Imagine if Ursa doesn't have to save for it. He just has a shard at, you know.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, because it's an item that you definitely want on him as well. That's going to be something to watch for. Maybe going to get another caution here. Brack on the move.
We can level 1 Roach and get the level. I didn't even think about that.
That's the new height. Level 1 Roche is back, friend. Heard it here first.
Only it wasn't so worthless otherwise, and very difficult.
I mean, that makes it worth it all. Why not put a level 1 Roche? Lone Druid Ursa? Come on, Zoomers. Take your head in the game. Start it off.
Well, the funny thing is that everyone is like 5-man camping bounty renewing on a high ground. So they might get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as they're not camping the one by the road. That would be a real issue. Hobbling out of there, 30% HP.
He comes
big
back
stacks.
afterwards.
Radiant
watch
are
that one, I guess.
scanning.
Up. Cool heroes trying to find somebody. Zoomers. Who are they going to run into? Is there not a great target? All right, that works. I don't know if they weren't going to be able to get him, but Brax is the guy to reveal. More than enough.
Lose their ward, but we'll take it.
Now, back towards mid they go as they want to
Radiant
create one tower of their own here. This is going to be used. Rubik turned into true form for a little bit.
Bring out the ghosties, perhaps.
What?
It's all about the stampede, though. Wait, might be tough to commit.
Sun is there. Might have to resummon on this one.
Radiant's
Gunner
middle
has to let it
tower
go.
has fallen.
He actually
man.
doesn't have another bear.
And the tower actually burned down to Brax while they were all standing around and killing the bear. Hide it.
So Gunner
Radiant's
playing
bottom
without a bear
tower
now.
is under attack.
Seconds.
You know, I
missed it.
I have to confess, I got all chatted at because I died twice armless toggling and drift dragging
Dire are scanning.
It was very dangerous. Troubles unwarranted, I blame IG. Nice use of the Embrace hit, snap early.
Gonna run away from this one. So gank unsuccessful. Again, they're trying to take advantage of no dragon form, no bear for a little bit. They're gonna pick out the ancient right now as well. Trick tried to go for a good steal there. Husky covered himself with the Shadow Word immediately. 4 points of Shadow Word. It's not bad right now. See how this goes.
When you can't stop looking at that Tide Hunter and just, man, are they ever gonna ravage?
Right.
I feel like that with Royale right now. It's like,
Yeah.
we ever gonna use these guns? But like, I can't really be mad, but they've taken
Radiant's
hours
bottom
of
tower
objectives.
is under attack.
You almost feel like, man, I wish we had something going with this so far, but now he's double null, any rules, travel completed already, totally fine.
Right.
Probably holding back Zoomers a little bit. Like, that's a pretty soft commitment. Here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Where's everybody at?
TP out immediately. Oh, we got it coming in the end. Freak. The finish. Able to snipe them, and they are going to pop extras. They'll be able to transition this into anything afterwards besides the kill. I mean, even just the kill is worth it, and Ocean is going to go down.
That was so close. Now, Brax is lurking mid. You want the Lynx Sun on the move. Follow-up route would have to...
They have to run. You got to get out of here right now. Zoomers.
There's no value fight.
Oh, the coil is there. Brax is in some trouble. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're trying to chase down Gunner a little bit. Aurelia. Gunner gets driven to drop the rock, actually. And now with the turn, Sable off in time goes down. Gunner fairy fire is almost enough to live. But here is going to turn up, try and take down the rest of them. Brax will hurt Ocean. Now, Avalanche walks onto the sun. And they kill off Spirit. Sammy, he was able to jump down to the low ground, but it doesn't matter. They're still able to kill down the CK. Now Monster will have another stun back up in a moment to get it off. Big win
Dire's
there
top
in the
tower
end.
is under attack.
They got so greedy continuing that after the exorcism was ending. It's like, once a move went on Brax,
Dire's middle
form,
tower
I think they
is
should
under
just,
attack.
like, what's the point of fighting there? Like, you're losing extra, and they use the dragon. It's probably your best chance to get out. But Royale felt like he had something on the high ground, and it was close, obviously. Like, it wasn't a... They don't manage to cure really much, we feel.
Right. Yeah, and I guess part of the context of all of that was losing the Ursa up top first, but him able to get back in the fight afterwards completely changed the game. But a very close game still.
See with the nerf on the sentries. I feel like that might have caught it otherwise.
Good point. Just barely outside the range there. Will mean that they have another round with no Ancients here. Doing up the shard at the moment. So that AoE and granting the movement speed bonus is closed. Cool for the Warlock. You can take that one off.
Yeah, it's a pretty large AoE too. Like, it's not that difficult to hit several heroes.
Right.
You can also use it on the creep waves, right? Really nice. That's definitely good. Throw down the bonds and throw down the shadow where you can like push it really fast if the emergency situations arise. You get all the gold too.
Old and sweet.
But you basically get all the assets. You can like run away. It is a good way to propel yourself to a second item as Warlock.
Well, just in general, like having Shadow Word be used, or like having like, you know, Warlock be useful beyond Chaotic Offering.
I'm sorry for my teammates, but don't go the Shadow Word heal bonus talent. It's not. I pretty much threw a game by going that instead. I felt like I had to try and, you know, live the patch.
Right, of course.
We'll see. I mean, they're also really good at Dota, and I'm not, so Husky might make it.
Analyst. You gotta do.
Yes, I was gonna put it on my taxes. I'll tell them they can
Dire's
deduct it when they send
structures are fortified.
their stuff to the IRS.
Brax sneaking in. Ocean's already there.
Radiant's bottom tower
Dagger
is under
online.
attack.
Roya has a regen rune, so if they manage to get out of this, they can sort of reset or a quick turnaround with the regen. Ooh, Gunner in some trouble here. Connects to everybody. Gunner needs to fall. Unreal. This man was on nothing. Holy moly. And then they heal there, right? Cooking him.
Yeah, can't believe it. Shadow Word heal and the bear. Well, that's great.
Freaking so
I wasn't even
Sunset's gonna be so mad about that star cast. The cast point is even though it's so long to get that stun off. Oh.
You know, I think they should just like double the sound effect. Then I feel like people wouldn't be as upset about it. It's a little bit more satisfying and loud than probably get away with it. I don't know, that looked like such a big mess. Like the Fatal Bonds was so good, but all I saw was here a lot of spells and it looked like they were getting pretty low in the Zoomers, and suddenly they all just kind of came out a lot.
Right. Well, and that's before charge for Husky as well. See how this goes. Oh man, what a big turning point right there for the Zoomers, and Husky in the right place at the right time.
Trying to figure out a game plan for Pentes.
Yeah.
Big item on here. Up towards here. Jump onto Sammy. Remember, he has the Aegis, so they're not looking to hard commit onto this wall. They're hoping someone else jumps in there. Oh, Moon, oh. You thought people were
Yeah. Dude. The tips in this game are great. Like that. That's all we see in any DPC. Guys, we get the strats in the mix.
Yeah, man, what we've learned.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, a blank on features.
Radiant structures are fortified.
On Z3. Something happened for the squad.
There is one guy that I would trust with big plays. I feel like Z-Freak's on the top of my list there. Definitely on one of them. He is, you know, gone quiet, not playing on one of the bigger teams for a while, but this guy is still just an absolute
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not a ton of great abilities to deal this.
Look out for falling!
Radiant's bottom tower
I like
has
the
fallen.
spread that they have right now for
Dire's
Pentes.
top tower
At least they're
is
getting
under
something, right?
attack.
They're trading while the enemy has Aegis and low. So it's not exactly easy to take towers at a similar pace.
Radiant's
Should
bottom
get top
tower
here.
is under attack.
Here as kind of greeted up here, and he needs that gold
Dire's
to
top tower
back
is
towards
under
jungle. And
attack.
they want to force them home now. They're right up.
Dire's top
Right,
tower
the bear
has
strat.
fallen.
Getting in them. They're gonna coil. Meanwhile, it's not out. And again, the big block lands. Fatal Bonds on the post.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Back
under
out.
attack.
Almost dead from that one. He'll be able to pull back from the tiny, but now the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Royoya's forward back in.
Double kill.
Double kill. And after the buyback, Sammy going for the eyes underneath
Radiant's
the
bottom
page.
tower
They got what they came for. This is a brag here.
Radiant's bottom tower
All back in. Oh, wait, no!
Have no honor. A loss so small, the world will hardly notice.
Okay. I mean,
I'm still calling it worth, honestly. I'm okay with that. I'm saying it is a slight glimmer, I suppose, considering how many buybacks you spent. That at least you did. The most valuable hero in the game, but nonetheless, great stuff from Zoomers and great pace. They really took advantage of that Aegis.
I think that they and you know, you look at the timing, they had about a minute left. Obviously, you could have farmed more before you did that, but I think part of the reason it worked so well is what you mentioned, the push down bottom and then forcing them all back quickly.
Just what I've been waiting for.
There's a reason we kind of described what they were doing as a bit greedy for days, and in this case, they got caught with a hand in the cookie jar.
Oh, and I didn't even see this. Dropbox got the Holy Locket now on top of the shard.
Now we're talking.
That is a lot of heal.
That's pretty smart. 35% bonus.
This is the
Even
NA.
now I could take the talent.
This is the NA.
There is a bear on the ring.
Now they're in a little bit of a bearish situation. Monster is going to go down as well. Sammy trying to chase here.
I think Z-Freak is just camouflage, like he thinks his own. Oh no, he's lost in disguise.
Something smells funky about this bear.
Down.
Oh, he's a wizard again. Get him. One of us.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Really good stuff here.
Radiant's
from
top
4ZOOMERS.
tower has fallen.
And I think that this is now that point where you sort of have snowballed
Radiant's
enough
top
here.
tower is under
Online,
attack.
the power pressure is going to come. Look at that heal.
They're counting on some gargantuan mistake or some
Radiant's top
three or
tower
four
has
heroes
fallen.
at a time instead. You know, Penta Ace, I'm sure, already
Radiant's top tower
trying to
is
figure out
under attack.
exactly what part of the strategy the Zoomers really threw them off. Was it the lone druid or was it the Ursa? Or which one of the
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified.
So difficult to do the jump in, trying to get a good foil, but the rock afterwards.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Triple kill.
Down one by one by one.
Mega kill. Ultra kill.
Sammy actually with an ultra. Zoomers, yeah,
Radiant's
they're
top
still pretty good.
has fallen.
all I mean,
Radiant's
but
top
at the same time, I feel like he was just kind of standing back there several times, like, "Hello, I'm alone." Big old
Warlock.
thing. It's not like he was hiding in the trees or something.
No, and I mean, again, so much of that game I felt like down to that like one fight where Gunnar was able.
Big old thing.
5 seconds Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Well, he literally gives first blood in the same place every single game. He goes to the runes that aren't even there. I don't know, as an observer. He can't even defend
himself. Leave the poor
he's an observer. He's supposed to know the map. In 3 games in a row, he's going to the old rune spot and dying. I'm protecting my carry. I don't need protection, Pop-Tart. I need protection from you.
Radiant team pick.
Beastmaster.
I think a Beastmaster.
Zoomers win.
All right. Yeah. So you mentioned it was banned the first game, rightfully so. Now remember, Necronomicon gone, doesn't exist. Nobody remembers the book. I think the Beastmaster would be hit by that, but it doesn't matter, Jenkins. Tell us why.
This hero, unfathomably broken. It's like this is the new hero. This is the new one. It's unbelievably broken, even though it's actually the old one. The Aghanim Scepter. Let me just start by saying this, okay? I was at 2,000 HP. Suns fan can confirm this. A Beastmaster. Slowly, I was getting chipped. I was like, "What? What's going on here?" And then I die, and then I look after 1,600 damage. There's the Tiny. Okay, so he's countered. 1,600 damage from the axes. I'm dead. Like all these high HP guys that we saw in the last game, Dragonite and Tiny. It's like it matters to this axes thing. And that's not even the best part about Beastmaster. Everybody's talking about the axes build. I don't give a shit. This guy has 20 seconds cooldown on Roar at level 20 with an Octarine core.
5 seconds remaining.
That's not okay. That's a BKB piercing stun. It's his ultimate. That's like giving Ravage at 20. Of course that's not okay. You don't even need to go for the axes build in this. This thing is OP. So yeah, I mean it's nuts. I actually think Beast is probably a mid now because like his late game is so ridiculous. And
I appreciate your rant, really do. To say it's like having a Ravage, that's the stupid. That's
you
going
weren't
past
the one getting
threshold.
roared because you were pathetic. You were not the one getting roared because you just died to everything else in the fight.
I had a BKB. Roared. That's what you buy, okay?
It's BKB piercing. If he had Ravage,
right,
the Ravage wouldn't go through that.
The Roar was consistently on you because you were the highest MMR, but little did he know you were the least impacted hero in the entire game, and it was actually for the betterment of your team. They were getting roared over and over, okay? But
the kid who got bullied at school, and then he's the guy in the course. It was fine, dude. Like, I'm the one that got bullied all the time. I was in lockers.
Yeah, the Roar talent is quite good, and now you got the heals from Warlock coming out as well. Like, I think some of the stuff that I'm seeing in this patch that I personally expect, and I think it will be changed eventually, are like items that you just, if you don't purchase them, it's incorrect, right? So Warlock Shard, if you don't get it at 20 minutes, just don't get it in the game.
Team back.
You're literally not playing your hero. Right, we just saw that last game. That's an incredibly good one. I think Legion Commander is another one that's been banned. The press the attack magic immune thing. That's 100% upgrade. Bounty Hunter, safe. Like, there's a bunch of heroes now where you just have to buy. Like, as opposed to before, it's like, oh, this could be good this game. Situational maybe. No. But when you have to buy it, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that, I think what Ice Frog is ultimate.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
More and more often we're seeing.
Radiant team banned.
Lion Shard I have yet to see in a game so far, but it's the most
Dire
annoying hero for me
team
personally
back.
in the game. Be magic immune while you're mana draining. Retarget. Stupid. Stupid addition.
Magic immunity. Right. And then you can give mana to your team. Actually making that spell
10
useful.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Elves are.
You know how to make this hero a position 1 and nobody flexes any costs, range,
Radiant team banned.
okay? What happened here?
Sure.
It's a garbage support.
Radiant
Cost is
team
not.
pick. Dire team pick.
Tide Hunter.
There he is. The boar, I guess.
So-
Not really the Necros.
They're gonna get the actual Ravage this time. Surprised the Shard for Tidehunter doesn't make Ravage go through spell immunity. That's probably in the must
10
upgrade.
seconds
But
remaining.
we're gonna see Puck position 5 again. That's the real question.
Or tied
5
position
seconds
5.
remaining.
Longer is.
I like the flexibility.
I like the flexibility.
Radiant
Do anything
team
with this.
pick.
Of course, I'm hoping for tiny position. See? All right, so we're gonna see a Brax Doom. He's been playing this a lot on stream. This hero got a lot more armor. I think 3 armor increase. So his laning stage is much better. But then, at the same time, he loses the HP regen from Devour. So it's a give and take.
10 seconds remaining.
Good break. Good
5
break for
seconds
the
remaining.
Tidehunter. The Aghanim Scepter. I think better now with the duration, because even though you're fighting less with it, it still means like when you actually are in the fight, you're a lot more powerful. And Tidehunter Ravage is going to be like about the same cool. And I don't know how you guys have been feeling like playing on the patch, but I feel like there's a lot of heroes that are just we're getting like Vanguards we saw last game, like Bracers, and it's all sorts of like tanky items, and just have 2,000 HP at periods of the game that absolutely nobody should have 2,000 HP. In fact, they should have like 1,000 or something. So I feel like the percentage damage things, these like fires, like Warlock Fatal Bonds, Wyvern Q, Dooms, Infernal Blade, I feel like these things, and Death Prophet even, like Spirit Vessel, that sort of stuff, like these things have way higher value just because it feels like people are unkillably tanky.
Dire team pick.
7 point. I don't even know exactly why. Fluffy Hat being buffed is another part of that, maybe.
Doom
Trying
pull
to
out
just
the
own.
percentage burn damage.
Ten seconds
Both
remaining.
teams. Savage.
5 seconds remaining.
Depending on what this Tiny's doing, something to kind of.
I like this draft a lot
Technically,
better.
they do have Beastmaster's passive to be able to kill Egg. Have to get like somebody specialized for that.
But
That's one
that
good
is
thing
really
about
just
them.
it. Is these other heroes like Warlock and Doom really don't want to hit it.
Dire team back.
I feel like you just go into a fight. Okay, well that hero.
Radiant
If you
team
go into a
back.
fight with Phoenix, you just counter initiate this like Warlock bullshit and this Doom bullshit with the egg. It's like nobody wants to turn and kill the egg other than this here. So that was the second highest win rate jump of the patch. Draw Ranger.
So,
hero.
what positions have you guys been seeing Beastmaster? Is it always a 3, or can he play it as a 4?
10 seconds remaining.
I've seen
Oh,
mid and
that's true.
offlane.
5 seconds
I don't know if it's a
remaining.
So we're
Better hero,
assuming
though.
offlane Doom, potentially mid.
Dire team banned.
I haven't a whole lot.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It is, yeah. It is. It's with the ulti now. fragility.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think. The big difference for Phoenix, Shard used to be the fire spirit surrounding.
Radiant
Sunray
team
deals.
It slows now.
It's 12% slow,
Pathetic.
and it allows you to cast while in super.
Which is
So
not
that's
that
part of the shard now. You don't think that's good?
No,
Really?
I mean, it's so easy to run away from this sun rain and
10
getting the egg too. You
seconds
can just
remaining.
walk around it. You know, it slowly has to turn.
Move away from the beat.
5 seconds remaining.
Hitting it. I guess it's like,
True.
please stop
True.
hitting the egg as it beams them off, and there's we're
I mean, I still think Phoenix is good. Like, I mean, it's literally one game, but from what I've seen in the other regions, DPC and pubs, there is a lot of like group fight being picked up right now, and so I think Phoenix in general, the stock of Phoenix was already high with the major. Like Phoenix coming to fruition and in the meta just at the end of the major, and then also group fighting is strong now, and as we talked about, like tanky heroes being super unkillable, that's also strong.
Dire team
Percentage
pick.
damage. So I think Phoenix is actually still legit.
What we're witnessing, gentlemen, evolution into heroes of the storm. We're just becoming heroes of the storm. Everybody's super tanky. There's team fights constantly. That's basically all it.
Fun? Is that a fun
10
game?
seconds.
The new hero looks like it's a mobile game.
5
which
seconds
you
remaining.
could say is like
Radiant
Heroes of the
team
Storm. Nobody
pick.
mentioned Heroes of the Storm because it died 5 years ago. Still technically open.
Okay.
Hero.
So,
Christ.
so they're clapping back with it. Yeah, it's like, okay, so Penta Ace basically, I was gonna
10
say, I like their
seconds
draft a lot better
remaining.
right now because they have this group fight to actually go against the Warlock without just
5
getting automatically
seconds
owned by it.
remaining.
But then Zoomers clap back even harder with this Enigma, and it's, now Zoomers has the advantage, and the question is like, does Penta Ace pick something to like split up pickoffs or whatever, or do they pick something to actually out group fight this, which they already have a ton of group fight. Probably want to pick something. Well, you need something to get on the draw right now.
And you don't really have. I mean, you can get Puck Ags to try to cancel Black. Really, actually, because I think the initial one doesn't go.
You may
right?
now select
Only the
your
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually, they actually don't have anything good to.
Gyrocopter. I'm going to jump over to Suns fan to go first.
Thank you.
on
I'm gonna go
this
4
one.
Zoomers because Gyrocopter sucks.
Oh god. And I'll go
Still
Zoomers,
sucks.
too. I think Beastmaster's the best hero in the game. I think that's the best hero.
Gunner on it. Beastmaster out for the straight to Ags shenanigans here. That is the thoughts from the panel. Why don't we go ahead and get into a break when we come back? Trent.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You are too noisy to live.
Prepare for battle.
You just did that.
Welcome back, all you fine folks out there, Dota fans. We got game for 4ZOOMERS. Beared down game.
Look at that.
Trent,
Good. Yeah.
number 2, we got big team fights. How you feeling about it?
It seems to be the name of the game, our panelists say. Where? Oh, Z-Freak spotted there.
Run.
Yeah, they know where that ward is. Instantly pinged by.
Bing, 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 bing. I want him to drop his items. But in the meantime, sort of a wraparound coming the other direction, and Brax.
30 seconds to
Kill
battle.
him either. Monsters still Gush level 1, but they can catch up to him in time. Right? First.
He'd rather just ensure that it wasn't the small.
They didn't place this ward within vision.
Anyway, they saw it. They saw it. Phoenix Beastmaster and 7.28 with the top 2 win rates of the heroes played. 100 plus
The
times.
battle begins.
Not surprising, especially Phoenix. I think Phoenix was a bit of a sleeper heading into the major. Like statistically, it was one of the absolute best. Even before it started getting a little bit more recognition, the actual major, especially thanks to Ollie. So, not too surprised to see still being very popular. Sunray's ridiculous. It's more percent damage. It's gonna be around.
Then the DPC be watching out for there. They actually dropped down 2 wards mid. Sentries rather, to make sure that they get the D ward option. Gunner playing the Beastmaster, facing off against Aurelia's puck, and this is the new light Axis.
So that's interesting though, because like Husky pinged that pillar. Like he was pretty sure that they warded up there when they saw Z3 coming down the stairs. Right. But they'd rather make sure that the mid goes well. See when Gunner actually gets a chance for that.
You know, they might not have wanted to sort of be well, but regardless, they at least have an idea that it could be over. Play around a couple of denies is down bottom. We get to get it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The Phoenix playing this game, and I feel like one of the big combos is Gunner. Brought down very low. He doesn't have any regen here or enough mana to TP yet.
Or the right side of the river. So, you know, not a whole lot going for him at the moment.
He's like, all right, guys, I'm heading back. Don't worry, we're fine. He's got his bottle. But one thing as we see Z-Freak do this pull was the puck and Phoenix combo together. I felt like it was one of the combos of the match where you would just coil somebody and immediately egg right in there. It's really hard to deal with. So we'll see if that comes into play for them a little bit.
Now, if you're going to go model with, like, I'm kind of surprised at some of those.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Like, why? If I'm a warlock, like, surely there's got to be some value play there where you. I get it when the mid doesn't have enough spam, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing bottles just being straight up cool.
There's a problem here for Gunner. He was messing around so much with that bear last time. Ray just outplayed him for both of the runes. That hurts. No rune Gunner. Yeah, that's going to be something
Radiant's
to
top
watch
tower
for. I guess
is under
we might
attack.
see people actually doing the pool bottle thing. Maybe it's just you need some of those other items early enough that it's not worth it. I don't know. Warlock. Man needs his basket, all right?
You know, these mid laners, they're going to start getting greedy. Now, they don't get to share tangos anymore. Surprise.
Share me bottle.
More. Yeah, exactly. Shared bottle. And they just assumed that was the intention.
See up here, a lot of pressure. But Warlock should be perfectly fine to just spin up Samu. Stuff goes on. Happen with Z-Freak pulling it back.
Seen a couple Drow games in SA games that began yesterday. We saw it picked up, I think, twice in a row by the same team. So teams already starting to kind of like form identities around the hero. Didn't end up winning, I don't think, either game. Oh, actually, I think it won one. But either way, she works pretty well in the patch. Obviously, the big thing for her is that's their back. Whoa!
Right.
So, 3, I think I saw yesterday. See what she does at 4. Oh, that's some weak heroes down bottom.
Yeah, this is a scary situation. Ocean barely able to get out of there, and Brax also pressure on. A little bit of kip going on mid.
Are scanning.
Well, but They dove deep onto Brax here. He's still going to be able to live through it.
That's the new patch, right? With these new trees. All right, you guys got to do your homework. Got to figure out where you can go. A single quelling blade can take you so far on those. It's more like a maze than like a brush or something, right? Like, it feels like there's always a path.
Find the way to go.
Find it, memorize it.
I will also
Don't
mention.
be a scrub.
Good point, yeah. Memorize everything. Let's take all the fun out of Dota, you know?
Hell yeah. You guys don't actually play this game.
Brax using his Eidolons in one go to throw black cannons down bottom. This is so demoralizing. Look at it, they're all dead. Oh no. Look at this is the status of Brax. He's still able to deny creeps, but that one hurts. That's a lot of gold.
Value of the gyro coming in hot. Look at this Doom though, actually unkillable. In the last year of Dota, according to Nox, only 2 teams have placed more sentry wards before 1 minute. They were securing that mid lane.
Sure it happened.
Hey, guess what? He just bought another one. It's like Husky was listening.
Third one there. Not out.
This is beautiful. Give me that experience, he says. Oh yeah, follow him around in that jungle. Sure, put a ward down. Oh, another camper. This is probably one of my favorite things to do. Think about how depressing this is. You're losing half of what you're gaining in the jungle.
It's true. It's gonna keep happening as well. If careful, they're thinking about actually making. Ooh, with Coil here on Aurelia, this could be a nice little toss out of it play. Back and forth going on up top there, but yeah, there's a move that's coming in. There's still Brax nearby. Maybe he's just coming in to secure the room. We'll see how it goes.
Gyro too.
Dire's middle
You're
tower
very
is under
farmed,
attack.
and I mean, Gunner, he started with the bottle, and after that, he's been looking good. I think his point booster's on. Yeah.
Okay.
So have you witnessed the axes already?
I played a couple of games. Usually, I feel like against the Beastmaster, I feel like usually against the but getting it this early is way
Dire's
better. Ooh,
structures
Ocean
are
down
fortified.
bottom.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
it
is
hasn't
under
looked
attack.
It's just looked really obnoxious, but I feel like that's part of why I'm excited to see it here. Is like it actually ends up being good out of the mid lane.
The way I look at it is that, like, before, if you were doing this build, it was
Dire's bottom tower is under
it was kind of
attack.
memey and stuff, and it was like, you know, viable, I guess, but it was in no way a good. But now it's like the extra damage that they gave it is just crazy. The fact that it now increases damage by the
Dire's
eggs,
middle tower is
so
under
you don't
attack.
have to like wait for tap stuff. It just gets so it's like throws and you know, now the Zoomers, of course, you know, Gunner, you saw Band in the first stage, the Morphling, all right? Bowie was experimenting. The Morphling Beastmaster, that's the scary. The axes work together.
With the damage in.
So watch out for that one.
The one that I've been waiting for a while, everybody laughing on, the Radiance event, right? Because like the damage over time gets amplified by that as well. It's any of the summons, like even your boards. Runner jumped on, and well, Brax isn't going to save him this time. That is actually going to be the first blood. It's
Dire's top
able to get it
tower
on
is under
10 to 8.
attack.
Actually going as well. Well, Bonus, I think, is a black hole too. They're going to find him off here. He goes down.
Brax?
All right, hit him with it.
Dire's middle
Monster
tower
just
is
did
under attack.
Yeah, I mean, Monster just did a loop in the top jungle, and they get away.
Face down now over to the side. They're going to toss back one more as he's trying to get away. I thought Monster was going to dive him up there top, but decided just to, you know, do a little ring around the rosy and get out.
Done a really good job with this Drow in terms of keeping her alive, but her actual farm levels are
Radiant's
an
middle
amazing
tower is under attack.
pretty far behind the gyro
Radiant
copter. I
structures
mean, all she
are
can do really is sit on that tower.
Stay near.
Roy is here. There's the coil. Only hits one though.
things happen, or they're just gonna freaking ravage for it. Killing everybody. Okay.
I like that rabbit because he popped the Doom way in the back there too.
Yeah. Play there.
So that's Coil and Ravage to kill the card carry, or and push
Dire's
the
top tower is under
I
attack.
don't think they can contest that. They know there's no black hole, right? They would need a gunner rotation or to do something. It's not going to happen versus Monster.
I mean, that's a good point as well. 3 points up right now in Kraken Shell. Tidehunter. War is in
Dire's top
They're
tower
going to head
is
back
under
on it.
attack.
Try and find a way to get down here on the pier. This is a nice
Is hidden in these woods.
Oh, hey. Must be. Trying to find a clue with
Dire's
it.
top tower is under
That really
attack.
did, you know, they made sure to get the
Dire's
tower.
top tower has fallen.
That was a good rotation, though, in response to the Death on the Drow, right? Samboy gets the kill, he can push the tower, and he's on the side of the map.
Radiant's
Fortunately, there's
bottom
someone
tower
stacking them
is
right
under
now. I think
attack.
that is a key component to Drow that you still want to do.
Sure about this draft. Right now, Penta Ace is hot.
Dire's
All the big
middle
ultis
tower is under
used sort
attack.
of a quick. We'll have to see where it goes. Granted, you know, we haven't gotten level 6s on the supports to Zoomers yet, as they're going to try and pressure this tower.
Yeah, it's like one long punish game. Every time a long ulti is used, you're trying to get aggressive, force a fight where you're at a disadvantage. Then our clock's going to start syncing up, and we're going to get into a bit of a rhythm here of who actually has the power.
Oh, back again mid. They found him. Gunner in trouble. He's trying to kick down Ryoya. Moving in with the rest of them. Rolls one, walks away from the other, thinking about the kill. Oh, man. He freaked right on the edge. Takes down. It's actually Ryoya that got the kill.
Dire's structures
Nonetheless,
are
big
fortified.
plays in Ocean. I mean, he held on to that Doom that whole time.
Samboy instantly rotates over out of the jungle. Only can't let Ocean go down here, though.
Does falls. Monster Kraken Shell takes off all those stuns.
He had the Doom too, so it will in the end save the tower, I suppose. So that's kind of worth it, but it basically was just like bonus and one going the way to Penta Ace.
No,
They have
Right, you're right.
Eidolons and Boars. Someone stacked the Ancients.
Give up. You're dead. It's over. The other struggle that we've sort of got here, the problem is we haven't taken a tower either. Beyond just being, feels like they're going to start losing more map control, particularly if they can manage to take this mid tower. And like, I don't know, what stops Penta Ace just run mid with all their ultis
Dire's
like
middle
this.
tower is under attack.
I mean, this takes Monster and probably +1 is fine, and that's going to give all this guys a little bit of Actually, interesting. Same way, no points yet. From what I've seen. I mean, that kind of makes sense. The rotation he's making. He's actually being involved in combating heroes.
Well, that sounds really useful. Sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they find it now. Face down, right click, black hole. All right, I'll do it. Why not? Okay. But now the rest of them go up and we have enough damage. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Flash down.
Radiant's middle tower
Double
is
kill.
under
He didn't
attack.
bring enough ultis. In the end,
Mega kill. Triple kill.
Triple kill. That's like the best Tide moment ever. That must have felt amazing. Husky came in, his music starts blaring over the speakers, he drops the rock, it looks like that's it. Big climactic turnaround moment, the Zoomers are back in the game. Monsters. Rears his head from the ugly Jets. Seattle's Kraken coming to fruition in the future NHL season.
Please
Monster
stop.
was just a beast. It's going to be the official team of Dota, you understand?
Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower
I'm
is
with
under
it. No,
attack.
that's a good point. That's something we have to look out for.
Yeah.
But,
You look
Can't wait till Tide gets a jersey. It's going to be awesome.
dude, you look
Dire's
ravaged.
top
He's still
tower
talking
is
about
under
it like we
attack.
are.
He's just waiting for that little cooldown. He just keeps spamming the life. You can now use it for 29
Radiant's
seconds.
bottom tower is under
The blink
attack.
dagger now.
Radiant structures are
I've never
fortified.
seen a hero get black holed and doomed and then win the fight. What the
heard
hell?
that rapid. I felt it, you know, where it's just like I can hear Monster himself screaming. Yeah, I rabbit,
Radiant's
I rabbit,
bottom
rabbit.
tower
Ah! Imagine there was noise.
Well, I mean, and now the sort of general place that we're at in this game, right? We've got Aghanim Scepter done on Gunner, and this is a nice thing that's sort of used to try and like fade out a couple of these little plays, right? It get hit in the face with axes over and over again. But that Blink Dagger now done on Tidehunter, that might be the answer. Come on, I'm in the fight. Why not?
So good because the Ravage sets up for everything on it. Every single person benefits from this Ravage come. You know, it's not like they're just gonna like stick on one guy, set right click. Time for Fear to lay down his ulti, set up for double or triple coils. Tiny loves those moments too. Support player, 'cause, like you only really get one jump as support. It's not often you even volley out him, and then it's like.
Thinking about it mid. They're thinking about going. Gunner is there. The rest of them were right behind, smoked up, ready to go. And
timing's so good. Like smoking when there's 10 seconds left on Ravage, right? And just, everyone's getting in position, and the moment it's available, they're in action. Right check. Don't spend too much.
Down. Time back towards mid they go. Back to this, and we'll see if Gunner can keep them back with the
Dire's middle
axes.
tower
I mean,
is
it
under
is a
attack.
lot of damage. Yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. There's really hard heroes to
Dire's
fight
middle
into
tower
right now.
He is so far back right now. It's like on the one hand, he wants to get a couple taps in to maybe scare them into like, oh, what if they initiate a stack of it already on me? Die. Can't even come that close because of the blink.
Too much. Oh my god, his
Hawk. Yeah,
Hawk
yeah.
died as he's
Go.
Freak here, gonna go for the D ward. Knows that there's
Very
a ward
nice.
up here. Takes it down. Brax moving into position to try and get
Radiant's
away.
bottom
I mean,
tower
maybe
is
Brax
under
can be
attack.
that sort of big win. There still isn't that answer for, you know.
Yeah.
BKB Black Hole.
We're talking about all the buffs and stuff for like Enigma in terms of core, but also Abyssal Blade. Like that was such a key answer last season for Enigma.
Regeneration!
Now, trouble. They're gonna walk in. Ravage. Connect onto the Enigma. He is gonna burn to death. Let's get off more Malefice. He
Dire's
died on
top
the other
tower
side of
is
the
under
fight.
attack.
This is a complete turnaround here. Penta Ace have come up with all the solutions in this.
They wanted a couple more sets so they could roach. Both have the Agni, but it's not quite ready to roach off of that. I feel like they're gearing towards that when they go for a big play like that.
They do have the medallion done on that tide, and now the Aghanim gyro, and see the circle being drawn. They don't want to play
I think that's actually even Brax circling it too. So he's identifying like, this is where they want to be, this is where I want to be.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So it's time to fight, right? There's no Ravage, there's a coil in 20 seconds, and they still have the egg. So it's for the Zoomers, but they're looking to initiate. See a ping there from Zephyr. He seems to know.
Sure. No blink dagger. Husky walking in. They spot him right at the start. Thinking about who to go on. A little bit of decision, and Ocean is going to have to give up his life for this. And he finds more Huskies. He's the one that is unfortunate. Big plays. 10 to 8. Now finding more over to the side here. They're going to buy back on a couple though. Roya jumps in. Malefice out. Island on the post. Can they bring him down this time? There's going to be the rock laying down. Rack still has
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Careful, and there's getting more of all of them. It's not going to work. They lose him.
Oh my god, I can't believe that roar didn't get him.
And now they find him. All Thunder's there as well. Silence down and dead. What a great fight for 10 Ace. They are killing it.
My move. I don't know if he just like saw. I think he saw what was happening. He saw Gunner turning towards him. I was like, nope, not today. horrific series of events there for the Zoomers. Starting that off with a incursion into high ground like that without even having Gunner there, who is a big damage dealer to mid Beastmaster. The axe is like he's kind of at a point right now. He can do something. It almost worked by dragging the fight back towards the outpost. And be able to sync it all up and big win. And now it took so long that Ravage.
Yeah. You know, I think that there is a downside that comes out when these heroes start to pop off. Like, everybody's talking about the beast. Everybody's thinking of it. When that happens, people start theory crafting ways to deal with it. And this looks like a pretty good way to deal with it. Because I feel like Gunner has been range.
What's the way to deal with it? Don't play versus the enemy team as Beastmaster?
I don't know. I mean, well, I guess the threat of like Blink Ravage or, you know, I don't know, big ultis, man. I'm not really sure. But whatever it is the hell that Pentace are doing it, they're killing it. Ocean dead.
Seven and two. Nothing was to be that high when I clicked. That armor, not
Radiant's
enough.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is a tough situation right now. Everything that they want. They still haven't actually gotten that Roche. They went out for a fight outside.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Working
attack.
the
Radiant structures are fortified.
I have to say this barrel pick is really good. The bullying of Brax on the lane, and then a little bit of like help when needed with the missile stuff, but also.
Oh no, not again. The freak. Oh, tries to kill him. Walks over. Down. There's trouble though. Whip it. Moving speed with the flip. Runner keeps throwing out those axes. Play himself out of that one. Head again.
Regeneration.
Ace.
I can't actually just solo an entire enemy team.
You know, you can try. See what happens. I mean, Sammy's still farming. Like, we haven't been able to really change his route with all that much high ground. Almost able to claim that kill on the Husky. Yeah. But maybe there's some life that can be sort of found for them there, and like when Brax gets his BKB as well. I don't know. How you feeling about this game? To me, at least, it doesn't feel quite as hopeless as last game.
Yeah, I think for the most part, they're actually doing a lot of the right stuff.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The moments where they really need to come through have been those big team fights, things getting beat out in those engagements. But in terms of like the spreading the map and everything, I think this game could be looking worse for the Zoom if it wasn't for how well Gunner's been playing like the bottom lane. That pushed out. SADBOYS has been essentially invisible for the past 10 minutes, which is a good thing with how much these guys are hunting outside of Pentace.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's super needed for them as well. And like they don't have those mitigation items online yet, like for Doom. When he gets this Blink Dagger, that's gonna make a huge difference in these fights. But that's of course assuming they can get to that point without Ocean is set up here for a potential wraparound of epic proportions. We'll see if it works for them or not. Huskies move into position as well as they take this tier 2 tower. I mean, they'd have to commit a lot to get this
under
one.
attack. Dire's
It feels
top
pretty
tower
unlikely
has
to
fallen.
with the Aegis. They go and cut the wave to make sure they don't end up.
Radiant's middle tower
They're
is
just
under
hoping
attack.
that someone TP's bottom. They're gonna try and use the Hawk Vision, I'm sure, to behind that bottom tier 2 and maybe try and get a punish there, but now he leaves without even hawking. Now SADBOY walks straight into Ryoya.
Oh, BKB gets vision.
Okay, he's a DD. I was wondering why he's hitting so damn hard. That's like a high armor hero.
Ooh.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna heal himself, give him the old
Radiant's
walk away.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is Ocean Husky's 250th pro game together. Second most. Sorry, I couldn't catch the rest. Just watching the other part.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's not gonna happen. And I think Ocean
Dire's
Ryoya finds the kill. I mean,
Dire's bottom
never
tower
gonna get
has
it off
fallen.
onto the
don't
Radiant's
know how he
top
dooms
tower
anyone.
is under attack.
There's no like lead-in stun. I guess if the golem comes out, right? He basically needs golem to nuke. Let him take a second to get an actual attack. Which is a fair point.
Radiant's
That usually
top
doesn't
tower
get
has
the full
fallen.
dagger. That is an awesome.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Something that's become very
Radiant's
clear
top
over the
tower
past,
is under
especially
attack.
like second half of the first season, across every region. The benefits of just not high ground, of not panicking in terms of
Dyer's
for
bottom
objectives.
tower has fallen.
Tier 2s and Tier 3s, there's really no point forcing them, except for the first one can be really beneficial now.
Radiant's
With,
top tower is under attack.
overall, it's generally just so much safer. So that's headaches are just gonna take them.
Kind of see the way that they're moving
Dyer's
as
middle
well.
tower is under attack.
Brax is actually going to get spotted by that courier heading right over the top. I don't know if they were watching that
Dyer's
part of
middle
the
tower has fallen.
they've now taken all of the outer towers. There's still that outpost you don't get. It's not like a huge amount of XP, but you're playing this sort of like slow beat. It's worth it to get it eventually. KB picked up by Brax, and maybe this is the moment. See.
Yeah, they saw his courier actually, but he does get away now.
Third game pushed out. Gunner's here. He has his BKB as well. Going back to highest dodge.
And Sammy might be getting the shard here on the Drow Rangers. So I saw the Drow attempted versus the Huskar. She never quite made it to the shard, unfortunately. That rock, that's insane. But it's hypothermia stack. Pretty crazy. So you can get up to 7 stacks, which can regen by up to 70. Yeah, and when they die, they do this like explosion of. It also increases your damage by 5 per stack. So you're also hitting for an additional 5 damage when they're at full stack.
Radiant
Super
structures
relevant.
are
You've
fortified.
got the gyrocopter here that just
in the Sunray.
Yeah.
So, it is good. I feel like it's kind of pricey on Drow because of how valuable stats are. That's the only downside to it, right?
Yeah, that's a. I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch. I'm curious if it affects the regeneration. Regeneration, because the heal is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Even should
attack.
factor both, but I think that
Radiant's
turn gets
bottom
tossed
tower
around
has
a lot. You know?
Yeah, true. Underneath the board here. On that move, there's the doom. Follow up now. Husky moving into position. The sun is only on the
Radiant's
one.
bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit of an opening. Brax. They walk in. Afterwards, bring him down in time. Right click's coming in from Jarlin. Oh, and here is dead. Boo-Boo's back in a position again. Being down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The close there afterwards. They're going to fly back now and get back into this. Come out. Big blink away, though. Avalanche pause. Tries to destroy for a moment. Whips it one. And cracks for the low draw with the Maleficent. Chase downs continuing here as Zefree tries to play his way out of there.
6 stacks.
And I think he's going to get ran down eventually. Give him another whip. So much damage. That was the fight they needed. They won it beautifully.
Oh, that fight started off so horrifically because David Boy
Radiant's
initiates
bottom
on the
tower
Z-Break.
is
He
under
have like
attack.
half HP and Z-Break just shattering.
Dyer's
So then he
top
hits the
tower
chain charge.
is
Pushes
under
someone
attack.
else. Z-Break comes back out, hits him again, shattering him. And he was standing next to him. Awesome. And yet still, once again, the big ulties coming through from Husky. Wasn't ideal, but it was enough to actually start turning the tables there because fatal bomb.
We saw, I mean, and like you're talking about, getting that fight to sort of last longer and longer, it starts to really see that damage stack up for Gunner. He ended up doing the most in that fight by far, 70 throughout the course of it. And
I'll take that.
Why does Roar have a 35-second cooldown? I heard Jenkins talking about that with the auctioning core goes to 20 seconds. That's absurd.
yeah, that's silly. Nobody.
Everybody wants that.
Right. Gunner, God, he's so fast. Bull whip and the boost of travel. The rocket's gonna hit him, but still walking it off. Interesting to watch here. But I think we saw there the power of just getting the black hole. And Drow didn't even get her BKB off during that. She just sort of took it. She didn't have to worry about getting bursted. Cool by Stimmy.
Yeah, how good's this deal? And he got Yule started.
My words of power.
Ooh, that's a good find. Titan Sliver and the Orbit Destruction.
Yeah.
Oh, he already has Paladin Sword. He wants all three. Sorry, team.
No. Sure what they where they end up sending Orbit Destruction. There isn't really a great hero to take it beside them.
Magical now. Yeah, I mean, I guess Warlock doesn't have a good idea. Sometimes like your 5 meme, right? Like whatever, you know?
Is that really Hunter's score right now? He is 8-0 and 10 on this Tidehunter.
Started out well, you know?
This hero.
I love Tide. It's gotta be one of my favorite heroes.
We saw, I don't remember who it was. Somebody was playing him this morning in the European game. It looked really good there as well. I mean, it's kind of an interesting. Immediately purges off all this attacks. The Kraken shot.
Yeah, every time it becomes a bit much, then it's
once is kind of a bit much to be honest with how much damage it does with that plus 40. But
true. Yeah, he's got a lot going for him too. I mean, Minus Armor's always going to be good, helping with Roche and everything. He has really cool late game stuff now because of the way the Anchor Smash works. He's actually over the past like year and a half or 2 years. God, it's been so long. Changed. Very much improved.
We got the wonderful Mr. Knoxville letting me know that it was Skylark that was where it looked pretty good. I think they ended up losing, but
we won't mention that.
Radiant's middle tower is under
looks
attack.
good doing it.
Good. Style.
Other thing to watch for could be like, I guess it's not really an answer, but it's something at least to deal with the black hole, at least doing damage through the game. Or maybe, you know, late game, a late game gyrocopter getting a basher. Chicken drink. There's a rabbit.
That was a real drow.
Wow.
Radiant's middle tower is under
not do
attack.
enough at the end there.
I saw the little thing moving on the map.
Radiant's middle
that's
tower
an odd
has
place
fallen.
to gravity all by herself, but I guess he thought he had it safe there. He was quite wrong. Vision up on the high ground.
Quick, deep low up there. Monster walking up high ground and bottom again. Turn around with the black hole. Why not? Boo picked it up. Okay, he got one.
Stay out of my
I wasn't even looking. Did he just run in and take it? Was he the one that ran in and finished Roche while they were fighting?
No, it was the really Gunner was the only one in there from the Dire. He
played that. Still dead with no buyback right now, Gunner. Might be able to hold here,
Dire's
and then it could
middle
end up
tower
looking
is
okay
under
for them.
attack. Dire's
Aegis on move,
structures
that's
are
not really the
fortified.
hero you wanted on.
yeah,
Radiant's
you gotta like
courier
force some
has
panic
been
there. I
killed.
also don't think he wanted the shard either, I would guess.
You can choose not to.
That's what I was about to ask. Is that for the shard
Yeah.
now too? And
Yeah.
the agent and the eggs?
Yeah.
I wonder why he took it then. Maybe he might have had to instantly grab the agent. I mean, it's pretty good. I would think that you'd want like Tide or
In the meantime, 9,000 gold lead after that last fight. Ace looking to still be in control of this game, but Zoomers have their way back to the future. Win probability shooting back up their favor. About 70% right now. Never count out the big old.
Because that one fight brought it back to even.
Yeah.
And then switches back to Pente. I hope Pente takes it.
Yeah.
This has been a very interesting series. I love seeing all these new concepts in action, you know? It's one thing to have them in your pubs and stuff. You really want to see their metal get tested in a more serious environment.
Right. Well, and I think this match has pretty huge implications as well. There was a lot of situations previously where I felt like, you know, the NADPC, we kind of knew what was going to happen. I'm not so sure this time around. It really feels like there's a lot of potential outcomes that come, and Zoomers, if they lose the 10th ace, that would really change things. Sammy again, they get in trouble to get Vision. Maybe up again, no way, take on top of it. Dirty, trying to get out of there, but they dropped everything yet again. Down.
All yours?
In trouble.
Double kill.
He's gonna fall. Ace came to play in game number 2.
I will take this kind of a Tidehunter every single time over some of them. Like, sure, some games maybe it's a little bit better and you need that perfect one. But I think with the amount of team fight they have on the side of Penta Ace, that is exactly what Monster. Just let it rip. You know, remember, like this is a BKB for now, and they're still able to pressure and
right. Runner. Replays it yet. Maybe ready. Rax might need to pop it here. Goes out the midnight. Drops the doom and killing spree. Unstoppable. Great for now. As Z-Freak is dead, Rick kills Ocean.
Yeah, I think he got the deny, didn't he? Ooh. Oh no, he didn't.
Under black hole on it too with the rock afterwards. Why not? Fearless through all of that. Need that hypothermia from the crowd and stop the mechanic. Get that off. It is just so good.
Don't care. They hit so much on that face shift.
And then you can...
Oh, good Lotus dive. Maleficent hit. Dude, what a mechanic.
The lead grows. The mechanic's so simple. It definitely needed bumps. I worry that it got over bumped. 10-second cooldown reduction. No longer dispellable. You know that really practice that. So having to spell on cast, like, it's kind of good.
Kind of nuts.
Invisibility. Nope.
What do you think if it like had to cost a man?
No, then that just hurts some heroes more than Gyro wouldn't care.
But who cares about Gyro? I guess Gyro's.
3 months later, Gyro's like the best hero in the game.
True. I mean, this could also just be a fear thing too, though, right? Like, I feel like the old back into those that pulling out plays. Like, why don't you guys play it like this?
The closer that you come to the hero, you start to understand it. So the more that he's a grumpy old man, the stronger his gyrocopter becomes. Oh, I'm such a good Viper player. Pathetic worm.
Hey, great. I just agreed with you
on that. Something. I didn't know.
Good dark here.
Dying opponent like forms my former self. I don't know.
I'll take that.
There's a lot to work with there.
Well, interestingly enough, over the last couple of minutes, the lead is actually still in the favor of Penta Ace, obviously. Zoomers are starting to catch up. They're playing the map pretty well here, getting a good amount of farm for them. So we'll see how this one goes. They have the shard done on Brax now as well for Enigma.
Man, did this get changed at all? I don't think it did, right? Hey, it's very annoying. I hate playing this.
As BKB catches there on the one, pops it now, tries to run away. There's the black hole. Bring it in. Not the damage yet. Coming out, have to back out. Brax able to walk away. Long range too, but there's the catch. On the boat, muted again. As we come down on the gyrocopter. That much more. How many times do you have?
crazy? It's
Radiant's
actually
bottom
too. I saw
tower is
some
under attack.
satanic ones do it. I saw
Radiant
the
structures
Brax
are
and Shell popping it off too, and it didn't even matter. So and how about Brax though? The initiative follow up there after the Ravage. This is the reason why Ravage like that. They were worried about a bait play like this. And even
Radiant's
though they
middle
got
tower
it,
is
what's
under
up the
attack.
time? Oh, look where they're going!
Right
Give
in
us the
towards
buyback.
it. They have the buyback still there on Tide, but no Ravage.
Radiant's
the Phoenix
bottom
gonna
barracks
try and
are
hold
under
on.
attack. Radiant's bottom
Tiny's back up.
Radiant's middle tower
Damage
has
dealing
fallen.
towards. They're not there for another 30.
Radiant's middle tower
And I don't
has
know if they're
fallen.
going to be able to hold out long.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right on it, trying to flush this out. Taking a couple hits of it. Turn, trying to get it. He's dead. 4ZOOMERS.
Radiant's middle tower is
here.
fallen.
Mom's gonna get chased down. They turn with the roar. It's not enough time. It's not quick enough. The game is over.